Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the Bug Warrior. In today's video I will show you how to defeat Isolde of the White Shroud and Heldra of the Black Pyre in the Recruit the Ezomytes Interlude quest that begins after you complete Act 4 in Path of Exile 2. The interludes, as you know, are the new mini chapters that serve as a bridge between the acts and the endgame until we get Act 5 and Act 6. That being said, this is the first interlude you will probably do, although there is no specific order, and it will take you back to the refugee in Ogham. The first level you will encounter here is the Scorched Farmlands. Progress through the map until you reach a checkpoint where you won't be able to move forward until you defeat 2 witches. You will notice that there is some beef between them, but they will interrupt their dispute to fight you first. This is not an easy fight, so I will do my best to explain the attacks and what you need to do in order to succeed. The first thing you need to identify is that of course one witch deals fire damage and the other deals cold damage. What you want to do first is defeat the white witch that deals cold damage, which is Isolde of the White Shroud. The reason is that Isolde deals a chill debuff, which will slow you down and make you very vulnerable to the attacks from both. So let's start with the attacks from the Fire Witch, which is Heldra. There is one attack where several red circles appear on the ground. When you see them, stop everything you are doing and move away from the circles as they explode and deal a lot of AoE damage. I also found out that Heldra chains these attacks twice, so keep moving until the attack is really over. Her second attack that sucks is when she says to ashes and 2 walls of stone fangs appear, leaving you with only one exit. Heldra will summon fire from the other end, so if you are inside the walls, you will most likely die. Her other attacks, such as Incinerate or the Fire Fists, aren't that terrible. As long as you dodge and keep moving, you should be okay. Now let's look at Isolde's cold attacks. Her most basic attack happens when she says ice rends the earth. There are 2 versions of this attack. If you are close to her, she will throw ice shards in a cone shape. If you are far away from her, she will use her wolf skull and throw ice projectiles that are fast. To avoid both attacks, you need to dodge at the right time. If the attack gets you, it will slow you down, so even though the attack isn't deadly, it can make you vulnerable to other stronger attacks as mentioned. Now let's look at her stronger attacks. The first one happens when she says frozen solid. Several blue circles with rune symbols will appear and from them huge ice spikes will appear. I believe she also changed this attack, so be careful and just dodge non-stop when you see the circles appear. Her next big attack happens when Isolde summons an ice tornado around her that will explode and create several ice spike waves on the ground. Here you need to move away from her and avoid the path of the ice spike waves. Her final attack happens when she says awaken and Isolde will summon about 6 or 7 wolves with the wolf skull. Here I use my frost wall to keep them busy, but be sure that they do not surround you. Alright, now that we know the attacks, let's look at how to survive the fight. We begin by ignoring the Fire Witch completely as mentioned, and the way I was attacking the Cold Witch was by doing these sort of dancing circles where I would attack her at close distance, then go back and far away from her, and then get close to her again to attack. This allowed me to dodge the attacks and continue attacking and stacking up damage. The reason to why I did this is that if you notice, Isolde the White Witch doesn't move too much. She pretty much stays in the same place, unlike the Fire Witch that is jumping everywhere. So as you can see, this allowed me to bring her down very fast because I really never stop stacking damage. Also, if it helps as a tip, I try not to use my mana flask when fighting the White Witch because you will need it when facing the Fire Witch alone. Defeat the White Witch and this will leave you at last with a one-on-one fight with Heldra. You know her attacks, so the trick is to evade and survive. Don't worry honestly at stacking damage. If you can do it, it's great, but honestly it's really hard because she's always moving and also because she's constantly casting spells that force you to evade. If you have attacks that deal damage over time such as bleed, burning, or if you have minions, then perhaps this fight will be easier for you since the damage will continue to stack. But her combos when she creates the wall of fangs followed by the red circles make it very hard to continuously attack her. Other than that, do not be afraid to consume your flasks, especially the life one. Be patient, pause if you need to take a breather, and the best advice I can give you is to anticipate her attacks. So there you have it. I hope this quick guide helps you and you can succeed. Please let me know what you think of this fight in the comments. We reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far and found the video interesting or useful, please consider to share, like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.